Welcome to Bonding Over Bourbon. We're recapping April's bottle haul.
And it was a wild one.
Yeah, we started to be a little bit more selective about the stuff that we're grabbing as we get closer to our Thunderdome project. And we decided to check some places we normally don't check out.
Yeah, we started to expand a little bit further than our usual hunting spots in the city to kind of explore different places.
Yeah, some places we went to were almost 2 hours away from the city.
Yeah, they were hikes.
Yeah, and we're glad we went because we found some bottles that we would normally never get. So this video is going to be a combination of shelfers and things that are just a little bit harder to find for us. Some more like deeply discounted bottles at some of the binnies right now, as well as a couple
some unicorns.
Yeah, stuff that we just don't see around that we couldn't say no to.
I know. At those prices, I mean, it's hard to say no.
Yeah, there's one I'm still floored about.
I know, honestly, two that I'm floored about.
Yeah, so let's break into it. We're going to start with our lower tier and just slightly harder to find regional stuff.
Yeah.
So we do have two honorable mentions.
We do. This one is going to be the Whiskey Acres Blue Popcorn.
Yeah, so this blue popcorn is very interesting. We've seen this at a couple of stores that we've gone to. I think the one in Bradley Liquors had it.
They did, yeah.
And we skipped it because we haven't heard the best things about Whiskey Acres, so we've been a little apprehensive.
Yeah.
So a member in a Discord group that we're in was like, hey, does anyone want this? It's just not my palate. And I was like, yes, thank you. I'll give you some samples or whatever. I'm just happy to have it so I can try it. It's not bad.
Yeah, it's interesting for sure. It's going to go into Thunderdome as well.
To represent Illinois.
Yeah, so this one I think is a cool expression. I don't know if it would be like my everyday pour, but I'm glad to have it on the shelf.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's honorable mention number one because we didn't buy it ourselves. And this next one is a doozy.
I still can't believe this sample.
So this is a beautiful care package from one of our subscribers, Alex. Dude, we're still floored by this.
I am amazed how much you packed into this box.
Yeah, when I said I'll take anything you're willing to give me, I didn't realize it was going to be all this. So I want to open this up, but it might be a little
precarious.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave this one sealed.
Yeah, we're gonna seal it.
So this is 36 samples that we get to try and blind for our Thunderdome project, and we are shocked, floored, excited, and honestly just really flattered and really appreciative. Alex, you're the man. We can't wait to break this open and see what's in here and see what makes it into Thunderdome.
Yeah, I'm excited. First up, we actually have two, so I'm going to bring them out from the same company.
Yeah.
One that we got last month, and we just loved it so much, we had to buy a backup, which is going to be the Cedar Ridge Barrelproof.
Well, sort of a backup. This one's definitely different. So this is batch 4, where the last one we had was batch 7. I don't know how often the releases are, but like a 3-number jump is pretty big for us.
Definitely.
So I'm interested to see what the previous batches were like versus the current ones. And then we did get a bunch of the single barrels at Binny's,
which were end of end as well.
Yeah. So these were like, I think $10 cheaper than this.
27 versus
40. Yeah. So pretty good value, honestly. 2 proof points higher. The flavor is definitely a huge veer left from the Barrelproof. But I described it as if you mix Old Weller Antique and Stag together.
Yeah.
But it has like this very interesting kind of like oaky tea sensation to it, which I've never experienced on a bottle before. So I'm here for it.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, let's keep it moving.
All right. Another one that was end of bin at Binny's was Jack Daniel's Triple Mash.
And look, we get it that this isn't the most revered bottle in the Jack Daniel's releases.
But we love it.
Yeah, we're huge fans of it. And it appears to not be sold really by Binny's anymore. Every store that we go to has it on end of bin. So the Jewel Osco's up here. And I mean, to get it for about 25% off, we bought 2 of them.
They will definitely be enjoyed in the household.
Yeah, and if you have one and you live in Illinois and you don't like it, just give it to us.
Yeah, definitely. So this is another Thunderdome one as well. And we actually tried the Judson Moore bourbon when we were at their distillery.
We tried their whole line.
Yeah, we tried the whole line, and they were actually bottling up batch 10 when we were there.
And was not available on shelves yet.
Yeah, and we got a chance to try it at the distillery, we're like, oh my God, we need this in our house.
Yeah, we're like, we love this. This is amazing. It does have a little bit of like a toasted marshmallow kind of characteristic to it, which is pretty amazing. And every time we see one on a shelf, we're like, is it batch 10? Is it batch 10? I want it. Not that the other batches aren't as good. This is just the one that we had most recently, and we knew that we needed to get it.
Yeah.
So this is going to be, they're all handwritten, 75% corn, 15 rye, 10% malt. These are eventually going to go into like more standardized labels once they have their final mash bill kind of like figured out fully.
Yeah.
I think this is the best thing that I've had from them so far.
Good. It's delicious.
Yeah.
Okay. This is just end of bin for Benny's, which this one normally goes at $80.
Yeah,
right?
80.
And we picked this up for $49.
I think so. Oh yeah, like $60 plus there was like a $8 rebate that you could get from just like a tag that was on it. Is honestly, I mean, for like $42, you really can't beat that deal.
Crazy
And
price.
this is their cuvee cask, which is basically 3 different casks, I believe. This is easily one of the best releases that we've had from Virginia Distilling. It is phenomenal. We did try to check to see if we could get the Nancy batch, but it unfortunately is not. This is Brett Ferenc. I hope I'm saying that right. Brett, if you're watching, I'm sorry. But yeah, we've been wanting this one for a while at $20 off plus an additional $8 rebate. Like, how can we say no?
Yeah, and trying to explore a lot more American single malts as well. So this one is a nice introductory.
Yeah. And representing Virginia for Thunderdome.
Yeah, absolutely. So now we're representing Wisconsin with Driftless Gun.
Yeah, this is actually from last week's video. So this is from the Cork and Keg in Yorkville. Honestly, really impressive place. We kept seeing this on like shelves in the past, but it seems like it's kind of dried up a little bit. Once we saw it on the shelf, we didn't even question it. We're like, absolutely, we're bringing this home today.
Yeah, for sure. I love anything that has like that hint of orange too. So I'm excited to crack this one open.
And it's cherry too, your favorite flavor.
Yeah, socks. I love it.
Everyone's palate's different, right?
So this one we also picked up at Cork and Keg. This is going to be from Dragon's Milk, right?
Or analog.
Yeah.
Within the same kind of wheelhouse. I can't remember exactly if they're distilling it themselves, but if they're not, they at least have a partnership to sell it at New Holland Brewing in Holland, Michigan.
They do have 2 different expressions. This is the malted rye whiskey.
Well,
and
they have a lot more than 2.
Oh,
but the ones that we saw were the single malt and the malted rye. They also have like a cigar blend.
That's true.
I think they have like a toasted barrel too. Then they have like a bunch of other like exclusive like Michigan only releases. So I mean, that's the first part of collecting all the good stuff from them.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, this one is also one that we already have on our shelf.
And it's discounted.
And it was very deeply discounted as well. This is going to be the
Woodinville
Appleville. Yeah. So this one is just delicious. It's an easy sipper, especially coming out from Woodinville. I feel like a lot of them, they have that like funkiness from how they aged the wood.
Yeah, they definitely like cure their wood staves a little bit longer than a traditional distillery or cooperage. So instead of it being like the usual like 2-year roughly, or like some places do significantly shorter, they do like 3-year curing, if I remember correctly, like 36 months. It's usually kind of funky, like Kat mentioned. This one is phenomenal.
It's sweet, it's tangy, it has like that nice oakiness.
It does have a little bit of that like soft, like almost cherry wood kind of flavor, like a little bit of amaretto on the finish. This is normally $100. We got it for $50. We almost bought out the shelf, but we're like, no, we'll be patient. Nobody will really know about it yet, and we're probably going to mess it up right now by telling you.
It's fine. Someone else can enjoy it too. So this one...
Oh my gosh.
Go ahead, Chris.
I'm so glad we have a backup of this. So we've had this one, the Specs pick, which we've been nursing for like the better part of a year.
Yeah.
So this was like maybe a quarter to a third full until we got this backup. And I was like, all right, let's go for it.
It's so good. It's definitely like, well, it's a rice whiskey. And I know we've talked about it a few different times, but this one is just so easy to drink, even at a cast drink.
Caramel bomb.
Yeah, it is a caramel popcorn bomb.
It's phenomenal. Absolutely amazing. If you guys aren't trying this stuff, if you're still apprehensive, like, stop. Just stop. Like, this is some of the best stuff that's like whiskey, that's not rye, not bourbon, not single malt. Like, it's so different and so unique. It is absolutely worth trying any single day of the week.
Yeah.
No matter what the price point is, I'm probably going to buy it.
I don't know what else is going to be in like the Louisiana region, but I mean, this one is definitely.
We might just have to put some JT Melics up against each other because I have another one on the way.
Ooh, okay. All right. So next up is going to be Chattanooga, and this is the port cast, and we got this also at Cork and Keg, right?
Yes, I believe so. This one came very highly recommended by a couple of people, specifically the spirits lead at the Bucktown location of Binny's.
Yeah.
He said it was absolutely amazing. You have to try it. It's an immediate buy if you can find it. And I mean, I like port.
Yeah, this is a white port as well, which we really liked with the Doc Swinson.
Yeah. Port,
so good.
White port, fight me on it.
White port, it gives like that nice like white raisin type of flavor.
Yeah, absolutely. It's phenomenal. Is this our last one here?
This one is our last one.
All right, I'm gonna put this one up here.
Oh God.
So Robber's Rye, this is one that is from Lacrosse Distilling. So this originally, I think, came from, what was it called? Like Door County?
Door County.
Door County Distilling, I believe was the name of it. So they basically grabbed up all of their older stock as they went under, and Driftless Glen just kind of like decided to repurpose it under like a subsidiary. This one is barrel proof. It's not very high. It is 50.1%.
Yeah.
The flavor on this is phenomenal.
It's delicious. We tried it at Ira's during their raffle, and we're blown away. It has so much flavor.
Yeah.
And
it's phenomenal.
It really packs a punch for a low price too, of 40-ish?
I think it was maybe 40.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, they said that this one is a little bit higher in age. It says age 4 years, but they had some stock that was a lot older than that. But again, this one is phenomenal. We've passed on this one many times. We've like mentioned it in videos, and we're like, hey, does anyone know about this? We do now, and so should you. Yeah. This is definitely worth checking out. We're starting to run a little over time here, so we're going to quickly clear this out and come back with some tatery stuff.
First one is going to be Buffalo Trace. We just saw this one sitting on the shelf, and it was about $29.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You really can't beat the Binny's price. Typically not, actually. And considering that Buffalo Trace did have a pretty bad disruption in their entire production because, I mean, rising floodwaters.
Yeah, a giant flood will do that.
And being closed down for like 3 weeks. We don't know when we're going to see it again. So we figured we'd pick it up. I know for some people, this is just a regular shelfer. For some people, this is something that they will wait in line for hours for. So we give it the respect it deserves in the allocated tier.
Definitely. All right, next up is going to be New Risk, and this is going to be their winter
whiskey.
Yeah, winter whiskey.
So this is one that we actually got at the very end of last month, but it just missed our chance to fit it in the bottle haul video.
Yeah.
I already tried this one at a bottle share. Kat hasn't tried it yet. I think that this is very unique. If you like things like Detling or like the Cafe au Lait or the OCD number 5, this is going to be 100% up your alley. This is going to have like a lot of those kind of coffee, kind of caramelly undertones. It is made with chocolate malt, malted oats, and it is bottled in bond. Malted barley as well. Very unique. Very, very flavorful. Mash bill is 65 corn, 20% malted oats, 7% pale ale malt, 5% steel cut raw oats, and 3% chocolate milk. Chocolate malt.
Chocolate milk.
Not chocolate milk. That would be very disgusting. Pretty amazing. It seems like it's finally being distributed outside of Kentucky, which is amazing for us.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how the oats translate in the mash bill. I always kind of have a hard time drinking it, so
I'm just not as used to it.
Yeah, so I'm interested to see how New Riff does it.
Oats aren't pretty common, so let's get some experience with it.
Definitely. This one is so cute.
Yeah, so we got this as well as the JT Melic from a buddy of ours that went down to Texas and picked up one of the final Weller sizes that we need to complete our full like size lineup. All we really need is a shot size now.
Yeah.
Or the nip bottle. And then once we have that, we're going to have the full Weller family kind of lined up.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
It's also adorable.
So we went overseas for this one. We didn't technically go overseas.
Yeah,
but...
I know why you're telling them that. So we are visiting a palate from an overseas location.
Yeah.
Let's say that. So Kat's still a little on the fence about Scotch.
I'm still trying to get into it a little bit. I'm not a huge peated fan, so I'm trying to find things that match my palate.
Well, thankfully, this one's not very peated. It's very subtle. So this is Campbelltown Lock for those that aren't familiar, and I know it's not American whiskey. Get over it. This is my approach to show Kat that not all Scotch needs to be expensive, and not all of it needs to be peated or have a lot of peat to it. We got this on end of bin at Binny's for like $50.
Mm-hmm.
Normally about $70 here, so we couldn't say no.
Yeah, definitely.
And just for some relative comparison, we also got something from Campbelltown, the Springbank 10, which I've been wanting to have on our shelves for a long time, but I couldn't convince her to let me grab it.
I'm expanding. I'm getting into other things.
Yeah, as we learn about the world, so we learn about ourselves. So trying different things, just giving it a shot. We can't only buy Thunderdome bottles.
That's true.
And let's move on to the next one.
Next one. This one actually was a big splurge for us.
Yeah.
Normally not something we would pick up, but honestly, it was just sitting out at one of the Binnies and we couldn't say no.
Yeah, I mean, Bllandons isn't really our go-to. The price point keeps on going up, and it seems like the quality is just kind of staying the same. For us, that's not an ideal situation, but we haven't had one on our shelf before.
We have not.
Mostly because we just don't really search for it. So when it's sitting there right in front of you, you're like, okay, why not?
Yeah.
And we did get this with the help of one of our subscribers, Nick. You were nice enough to wait and just have it in hand until we could get there. And we are so thankful. Thank you so much.
Definitely. Okay, on to the next one. This has been one that I have been eyeing for the last 6 months. It definitely is a splurge bottle, but it's one that just stands out from the bunch. This is going to be Takamina 21 year.
So Kat described this as tasting better than Pappy Van Winkle.
Yeah.
And my immediate thought was, I'll fight you if you're wrong.
Was I wrong?
We did go to the World of Whiskey event this year. We just came back on last week.
Mm-hmm.
It is phenomenal. The oak on it is subtle considering it's 21 years old. Again, I know some people are going to cringe about this, but this is a koji fermented barley whiskey. This is going to taste more like a bourbon than a traditional Scotch.
It really does.
Or anything barley based. This, in my opinion, knocks the socks off of most 20-year American whiskeys. You can fight me in the comments. I will just tell you you're wrong.
And this one is a special barrel just for Binnies as well. So if you are interested in picking up this specific expression, it's only going to be at Binnies, but they do also have a 17-year
that's 20 as well.
A 20 and a 23-year that are all phenomenal.
And a lot of them are on sale right now.
Yeah,
they will be until I think the middle of May.
Yeah, I think so.
Don't quote us on that. Go check for yourself.
I mean, if you don't want to go for the higher end bottles and you want to start at the base at the 8-year version as well,
amazing. That
one is also delicious and just so easy and approachable to drink.
It is also funny because for almost like the same amount of money, you have like a 13-year jump in age.
I know, it's crazy. Okay, so this one is going to be Colonel H. Taylor Barrelproof.
We've never had one of these for our shelf.
I know. It's as tall as I am.
Yeah. It's always been one of those bottles that, like, if we could get it, amazing. Most of the time, we're just like, I guess we're just not getting it.
I know. We always miss out on it every time there's a drop.
Yeah, and thankfully, because there was a event with Drew Mayville at one of the Binnies, they just had a couple extra, so they decided to basically let them go. And we were like, okay, I'll take one. Please, please, thank you.
Thank you.
And we're rounding out with our most favorite bottles.
Yeah, we have 3 more bottles left.
Okay, so this is one that we've been like lamenting about in the Discord groups that we're in. I kept being like, come on, like, where did you find it? Do they have any more out? Like, is anybody willing to trade me? Okay, I don't want to trade that much value for it. Like, yeah. And eventually somebody heard our beckoning call and was like, I got something for you. come here, and handed us one of these, and I was like, oh my God, amazing. We've heard a lot of different opinions. We've heard good and bad.
And this is, I mean, classic Bombergers. It's going to be in a French oak barrel. Yeah.
Well, this is the precision fine grain. They usually do things a little bit different with their oak finishes on both like the shanks and the Bombergers.
Yeah.
But this is the most unique that they've done with it so far. So if you don't like French oak, this probably won't be for you. And we enjoy it to an extent. So we're going to see how we feel about this one.
I am interested to see how this plays out. It can go either way. I can either love it or I hate it.
Okay. So this one is a huge come up.
This one is crazy. This we found while we were bourbon hunting, and it was just sitting on the shelf at MSRP, a little over.
You're kind of cutting the story now.
Okay, go ahead.
So we went to a museum in the middle of the burbs.
Yeah.
And we went in and saw that they had like Jack Daniel's 10 for like $300. They had the 12 for like $600. And sitting right next to it on the shelf was this, I believe, the 10-year cash strength rye from Parker's Heritage, and we were immediately blown away because the price was like $200.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's no way that's true. Can you check the price on this for me? And scanned it, it was like, yeah, it's $200. And we looked at each other and I was like, we're getting it, right?
Okay.
So this is like a $20 markup from MSRP, and this has been off the market for a little while.
Yeah.
I think like 2 years at this point almost.
This is one that we always see on shelves around like $400 to $500 usually. So at $200, I could not say no.
Yeah, and we're gonna need to make some space for this last one.
Yeah.
We're just gonna pop all of these back for our baby.
Baby.
So this is one that we've wanted for a long time. So this is the Wild Turkey Master's Keep, the Unforgotten. If you don't know the story behind this one, this is basically like an accidental boo rye that happened that was originally called Forgiven. And in our opinion, it was one of the best ones that we've tried so far. And it was one that like cleared off of shelves very, very quickly.
It's also very rare that we have Master Keeps as well. At bars, they're a crazy price. Yeah. On secondary, they're an insane price. So to see it on the shelf in a reasonable price is great.
And what we got it for is not super ideal, but we were able to negotiate a little bit, so we were happy about it.
Yeah.
But this is also like that same idea of the Forgiven, but they aged it a little bit longer, I believe after being boo ride. So you have like this really round, robust like oak flavor profile with like a nice boo rye backbone to it, and we couldn't say no. So this is our first Master's Keep that we have on our shelf, and we're honestly like floored by it.
Yeah.
We're gonna invite a friend over soon.
Crack it open.
Possibly tomorrow. Because why wait? And just crack it open and celebrate a belated birthday gift with them. So this has been a crazy month for us.
This is insane.
We again like fewer bottles slightly. Higher price point a little bit. But we're probably gonna overcorrect again next month.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have like 3 bottles.
And we're moving, so
we're downsizing.
Yeah, so next month is going to be the last bottle haul that you'll see in this space, and then after that we're gonna have a brand new studio set. You're gonna start to see the Thunderdome project coming out. We just wanted to wait until all of our ducks were in a row until we started throwing all these new videos out there. So keep your eyes peeled for that. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Let us know which bottle you would grab if you saw it on a shelf, or which one you want to see reviewed. And speaking of would want to pick up, we do have merch now.
We do.
We have some awesome t-shirts.
It should be right below this video.
Yeah, or above. You're going to see like some images of some of them. One of them is going to have a comically small thumbnail. Ignore that. Just click the picture and you'll see it's actually real. We don't know why the company can't figure it out either. Yeah. But here we are.
It looks silly, but I promise it looks badass in person.
Yeah, so we worked with Matt Toonsey of Dead Serious Tattoo. Amazing tattoo artist, kind of like Japanese American, like full body tattoo. So beautiful looking stuff. We're so happy he was willing to work with us. Yeah. And if you're interested, you can grab that at one of the links here. And I think that's about it.
Yeah. We'll see you next month during our next bourbon hunt.
Yeah, I hope it's a lot less.
Me too.